Hi everyone, Jess here, and today I'm joined with Taylor Putnam joining me today.
Yeah.
So firstly, can we talk about innovative revenue products? How are these helping airlines to differentiate as this landscape gets so competitive?
Yeah, so right now, obviously, fares are very competitive. There's new airlines generating buzz. You've got consumers with access to every airline at their fingertips like they haven't had before. And so having innovative revenue products allows you to really differentiate yourself as an airline and stand out. It's a way to grow both loyalty and top line revenue if you do it right. As long as you're conscious of the customer groups that you're trying to appeal to, then you can really make a standout with an innovative revenue product.
Absolutely. So a lot of it must be about understanding what customers want at the moment, and we all know that sort of changes a lot, and we're seeing some new trends come up. How do you guys stay responsive to that?
Yeah, I think it takes really careful studying and surveying of your customers and really having that deep knowledge and relationship with your most loyal members so that they feel comfortable giving you that feedback, responding to surveys. But it's really important for Alaska specifically to stay ahead of kind of that next generation and the desires of that next gen, because it allows us to generate that durable financial performance and ensure we have that loyal base of flyers as we go forward.
Absolutely, and sort of famously, the new generations are harder to capture in terms of loyalty. They're very price conscious. They sort of chop and change a bit more than the traditional customer base. Do you have any insights into how they're acting differently?
Yeah, I think it really depends on the cohort that you're looking at. Inside that next generation, you do have folks that really want to do everything themselves. They want to pick all their destinations and curate that experience of what restaurants they want to go to on their trip. And then you have others that want things done for them, right? They want to type in cheap vacation, AI plan the rest for them, right? And so I think it's important to make sure that you have revenue products that cater to all those audiences and really not lean in hard to one lane, because that really limits yourself in terms of capturing that next generation.
Of course. And looking to the future now, what are your strategic priorities when it comes to unleashing these new revenue streams?
Yeah, so we want to make sure that any innovation we do doesn't cannibalize something we already have. And so being complementary instead of replacing is the most important piece. In our strategy, we want to offer things that are unique and new. So for instance, Alaska Airlines was the first ever US airline to do a flight subscription, and now the first ever to do an ancillary subscription bundle. And so you have to have this kind of risk tolerance to be the first to market, but when you are, it allows you to really understand if that is a product that does resonate with people like you think it might. And so our strategy, I would say, is to continue to push the limits of innovation, listen to our customers, and respond with speed and a healthy level of risk.
Fantastic. And can we just quickly unpack that ancillary aspect of it? Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so Alaska Access is the first ever ancillary subscription bundle in the US. So our consumers, we understood, really wanted kind of this low-cost way to interact with us when they maybe weren't as accrual-minded, not our, mile accruers and a super heavy loyalty focused customer base. And so Alaska Access is a $5 a month subscription that gives folks a discounted Wi-Fi, early access to our sales so you can get the best seats, the best flight times that you want, as well as a unique way to plan your trips and kind of take some of that burden out of the planning process. And so we've only launched 2 months ago, but we're seeing a really strong market reaction and folks engaging with the product more than we thought they maybe would right at the gate, which is a benefit of doing that innovation.
Of course, that's really interesting to hear about. And if we just pivot topics slightly now, at the event you're going to be speaking on a panel around female empowerment in the industry. Do you have 3 takeaways that you can say about how we should be tackling this as an industry?
Yeah, so it's a topic I'm personally very passionate about because I've benefited from other women and men alike really focusing in that area. And to me, the most important thing is to intervene early. And what I mean by that is teaching young women what career paths are available to them, how they actually get there, what skills they need, and then maybe the most important is the transferable skills. A lot of women will self-select out of applying for roles because they think they don't have that exact skill that's listed, when really they have a transferable skill that meets the exact same qualifications. And so teaching young women that early allows them to kind of expand their horizons when they're thinking about choosing a career path or changing career paths. There's also this piece of mentorship and advocating for young women in your organization. And I think a really easy way to do that seems overly simple but makes a huge impact if you look at some of the research in the area, is sending feedback to someone's manager. So if I had a really great interaction with you and I wanted to recognize you for that, it takes me 2 minutes to send a note to your manager to say, blew it out of the park, here's the exact situation, behavior, impact, because that manager wasn't in that meeting, or they don't know that the deliverable that you sent is super high quality, and that allows them to have kind of this third party packet of feedback that they can use in an annual review cycle or in a promotion versus just the person's own speaking about their own accolades, which sometimes is uncomfortable for everyone, but oftentimes, especially women, are uncomfortable kind of bragging about themselves. So having third-party data is a good way to do that.
Of course, and I really like that the last one you just spoke about, because it's something that doesn't have to be sort of implemented company-wide, and it can just be off the bat. You take your own initiative as and where it suits, but like you said, it can really have an impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. And thinking about the event now, how does it help to catalyze innovation in the industry?
Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity to meet with and see companies that maybe you didn't know existed in this space. There's so much innovation, especially right now, kind of in the world of AI happening. And there are so many companies that it's difficult to stay on top of what everybody does and what offerings are out there. So having everyone together in kind of this consortium allows you to make those connections on a personal level, and also hear from some other airlines that maybe are experimenting in ways that Alaska isn't, and we can really learn from each other and understand what our guests and like the collective marketplace want.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you.